we have Creep, a very 2021 remix by Mr. Tom York. So randomly, he's like, I'm going to remix a song that I hate, that I've hated for like 30 years, but I guess I'll do it. And he slowed it like crazily down from, I believe it's like an acoustic version that they did in the 90s. And it's funny because halfway through, then it becomes a very modern Tom York interpretation of Creep, where it's just like this really like heavily electronic creepy theme that kind of builds and builds, and it's it's funny. It's a bit on the nose saying a very 2021 remix, but it's quite clever, and it made Creep even more creepy, which is already funny too.
Yeah, I think an interesting thing about it I found was that it was done for, I believe, a like a fashion show of some kind. It was done for like a Tokyo fashion show earlier, and then it got released just in this version. I think that's really interesting. I think that's an interesting sort of song to play at a fashion show, but you know, we do that here. They do that
That's
there.
what we do here. Yeah.
Here, there. Yeah, everywhere. We know Japan loves some Tom Yorkie, so there's that. But that is
extremely true.
That is our single for the week. It's definitely not like a We Are Light week on Audioface at all, but this is definitely like a interesting period in music. We're coming up soon. We're gonna have like a pretty interesting like end of July. I think there's a Billie Eilish record. I want to say there is a couple other really interesting projects coming out very soon as well. Oh, Isaiah Rashad coming out at the end of the month as well. So we'll definitely have a lot to talk about. But
there's a lot.
Yeah, singles wise, it's a little bit light. I think we had a lot more last week, but while we are here, we can talk about our 2021 AF playlist, where we are constantly adding music to that is cool from this year. Check that out in the podcast or video description. Check out our bonus episodes. We've done them on Radiohead, so you get a lot more Tom York talk. You've done ones about Daft Punk, the late MF Doom, the state of music in 2021, Caro Benito. We'll be talking a lot about the state of music in 2021, thanks to a new friend of the show, maybe the T-Pain Woke Award winner, T-Pain himself. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. And just check out all the Audioface stuff we're doing at youtube.com/audiofacepod. Please subscribe to us or follow us on Twitter or Instagram at twitter.com/audiofacepod or instagram.com/audiofacepod. It's all at audiofacepod. That's the kind of deal. Or audioface.show. That's the website where we have everything. Power Report is returning soon, taking one of those John Oliver breaks, but I've got a lot of good plans for it, and we'll be back soon with that. And thank you, Peter, for editing this and making it sound really nice and cool. Dead Music 666 on Insta. Let's get into the news. Now, I'll say one more thing before we do start. There are a lot of tours that are happening, more than I can just like randomly announce and keep track of. And also, everyone's into different artists and things. So I'll just say this in general. If you want to support an artist or just music in general, check out and see if there are artists you like. Maybe you discovered some during lockdown thanks to Audioface or through other means, but see if they're touring, see if artists that are similar to them are touring, and see if they're touring near you and support them, because they definitely need that right now. But also do it safely, because there are places that are like still don't have populations that are fully vaccinated. So if you can vaccinate, definitely do that. Got to be careful with that on YouTube. Anyways, the other